What's going on, guys? I'm the Maha Mechanic, and today we're going to be replacing our old rubber brake lines with these new stainless steel braided brake lines on this Porsche 944. So let's get into it. So if you're wondering where I got these, I got them off of Pelican Parts. Just look up stainless steel brake line kit, and this is what'll come up. So yeah, let's get started installing these. What you want to do: get the car in the air, take off the wheels, get access to the brakes. And basically what these do is they replace the old rubber flexible brake lines with this. So over time, the rubber brake lines, it's 40 years old, so rubber degrades over time, and it can lead to some squishy pedal feel with the line will just start stretching when it gets old enough. It's just not as strong as it was. So these, since they're braided lines, they will hardly expand at all. So replacing these will get a stronger pedal feel and prevent us from having any leaks down the road. So good preventative maintenance and good performance adder too. So let's get going. So on this side, brake line kind of goes in like this. You have the threaded side. The threaded side that spins into the caliper right there. And the non-threaded side, the female end over here, gets clamped with a little pin, kind of. It's rusting pretty bad, but you can see there it's a little pin that slides around and it threads in with the bottom of that right there. So these are pretty rusted. It'll be nice to swap them out for something that's not as rusted. So yeah, let's get that started. So actually I'm gonna hit this with some PB Blaster. But the bottom is a 11 millimeter or whatever the heck that is in American units, and the top is a 17 millimeter. So want to hold those both so you don't spin and break or bend a brake line. So PB Blaster just to make sure you don't snap anything, but we'll do that. Let that soak for a couple minutes. All right, it's also smart to have a catch can underneath because brake fluid may or may not spill out when you break this loose. So come over here, the line to the caliper is a 14 millimeter, because why not? And break that one loose, you won't be able to spin it out. You're gonna have to remove, there's a little clip that holds the brake line to the frame here. Pull the bottom piece out and it'll release this brake line, and then you'll be able to spin the entire line out of the caliper. Here's the thing on the bottom. Okay, it wanted to come out before. There you go. That's what that looks like. I cleaned this up before I put it in, but now our brake line is free from the car. So now that we have this undone and our line busted loose from the caliper, I'm just gonna spin this bad boy on out. Oh, there we go. Old brake line. I'll give you guys a comparison here. Here's the new brake line compared to the old brake line. The old brake line is still in very good shape for being 40 years old, but I'm starting not to trust it as much. It's starting to get really rusted, so it's time for a change. Preventative maintenance is your friend on these Porsches. So yeah, continue. We're gonna go get these on, and then we're gonna go to the back. So installing the new ones, just thread it on into the caliper. Whoops, sorry there. Now it's important that you tighten this one down first before you put this in. Just so everything's up to snuff and nothing rotates when you don't want it to. And as with many things, you want to thread it in tight, but not too tight, because that's when you start breaking things. So nice and snug. Now we can worry about getting our clamp back on here through that little slit in here, and we'll be off to the races. So it bows up, just so like this. This side goes up. And putting it back in. Slide it through and right in there. All right, just like that. You're gonna get a hammer and you can hammer it in the rest of the way from there. So once you have the retaining bracket back in, go ahead and spin our brake lines back in. Now that we have that complete, you can see this little nub right here on this shock. I'm gonna have to bend this to where it wants to go in there. All right, now we got this side in the caliper, in the strut, and in the hard line. Move on to the rears. So coming to the rear of the car, coming underneath, you can see we're not actually replacing the line from the caliper. Follow the hard line back from the caliper, and we see it goes into a whatchamacallit, soft line right here. And the soft line, just remove this nut, and this whole bracket should come off with it. And then up here we have the same retention clip, little C-clip, just like on the front. Pull that out, and we'll be able to remove the rest of the hard line from this little soft bendy line. All right, so on this side, you can see it is complete. You see here, just a bolt from the hard line to the female end of the braided line. And it goes through all of this metal crap. And on this side, you can see it's got that clip just like on the front that holds it to the body. You can see there better how that goes in. So yeah, the rears are now done. I will show you an unfortunate mishap that happened on the driver's side rear. You can see this one was way too tight, and that fitting is now crooked and not coming off. So I had a flare nut wrench on and everything, and it still was too much torque and spun. So that one will be staying on until in a later video when I drop the torque tube. To do that, I will replace the hard line. I'll do a video on that, replacing the hard line from this T all the way over to here, where I will put in the new soft line as well. So, bueno, not really. So yeah, that will do it for this video. There's the rear. Here's the fronts for you. But yeah, overall, I'll let you know in the comment section how much better they feel, because I'm sure they will. But yeah, so job well done. Dude, holy air. Oh God. If you found this video informative, please be sure to like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more. And remember, no matter your experience or your skill level, keep on improving.